I'm having a great one, and I guess you are having a great one too. That's the first of the month, people. So today's video, people, today's video, it's going to be a trade. What was it? What do I call it? A review. Yeah, top-down analysis or market review. So you guys know that like I have 10 pairs in my trading portfolio. This I think is the sixth or the fifth pair, which is Tesla today. So today we're going to be looking at Tesla. We're going to be looking at to find and see what technical. We're only focusing on technical reasons. I don't stick to fundamentals. I don't watch fundamentals. I don't care. And I just believe in price action. You feel me? So now this is the monthly time frame. I don't know why is it not uploading? Is it not loading up and until the all-time highs right there? Like I don't understand why. I don't understand why. You feel me? I don't understand why. But looking at what we see right now in current price, something's slow right here. Something is very slow. So let's look at current price now. Let's focus on current price. You guys know that like all the zones, all the rectangles and the support, the resistance and the higher lows and the key levels and the high highs, everything that I marked out, it's everything that I've been working on ever since I started trading Tesla, ever since I learned or got myself into Tesla stocks. So you guys can see that like price has been moving in some type of way back in 2015, 2011, 2010, 2011, up and until 2019. Price has been moving in some type of way, but it had some type of resistance and some type of support right there. And price did what? Broke out of resistance, came back for a retest right there with the spike. And ever since, price has been pushing to the upside. So now, because now we're looking at, we focus on current price now. Let's see something. Let's see something. So from the monthly time frame, price once had a what an impulsive push and an exhaustion with a higher high and a higher low, push and an exhaustion, push and a fail to break right there. And price started moving in what in lower lows and in lower highs. So when you see now that like a month out the zone is my support right there, we will go to smaller time frames. Don't panic, don't panic. So now looking at my support, right, the price has been holding support in a clean way. Look at how many months we've been rejecting. One, two, three, four, five, six, probably like 6 months or 5 months until price had a breakout. So now with price breaking out from our support, price came back to react to our what? To our what? To our previous higher high, higher low structure or behavior. This one right there. You feel me? So with price coming back right there, now I see that like obviously price did have a breakout, but price is reacting on what on some previous type of zone. This is a previous zone in a strong zone, and then price reversed and pushed to the upside. So obviously from a breakout and a break back in on the monthly time frame. So people, let me repeat this. From a breakout of our support, our major support, and a break back in of our major support, what are we looking at if price did something like this, people? What do we need to focus on? The price broke out of our major support and broke back in and possibly of our major support on the monthly time frame. What do we need to focus on, or what is market, or what is price trying to tell us or trying to show us? You feel me? So what I anticipate is that if price impulsively broke out and broke back in, obviously we need a retest above to continue or look forward for price continuing to the upside. But at the same time, if we're looking at our structure, price has been moving in lower lows and in lower highs, right? So are we now on our lower low, or are we now okay? So let me say this: price has a what, the 2022 low, right? And price pushed to the upside. So with now price printing out a lower low and going to the upside, are we now having our lower high in anticipation of price continuing to the downside? Or are we now seeing signs that like price has printed a low? You might look for that first higher low in order for price to continue to the upside to take all those all-time highs. Before me, people. Those are the two things which I'm focusing on. Is price printing out a lower high, or is price going to support, going to, or is price giving us signs that we did print out a lower low, an all-time low? We're now looking for price continuing or reversing to the upside. That's my take on the monthly time frame. I'm either looking for price to create a lower high I'm either looking for price to give me signs that we are creating the what a lower high, or price will tap into support and fail to break support and reverse to the upside. You form. So looking at the weekly time frame. So looking at the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, I just want to focus on what? On how has price been moving last year. That's the only thing. Okay, on how has price been moving on current price. That's the only thing I'm focusing on, because I now know that like price did print out my support and price is trading above my major support, printing out that all-time low and continuing to the upside, trading above our all-time support. Now I'm looking at how is price being moving to the upside, to the downside. So price had a lower low and a lower high, a lower low and a lower high, lower low and a lower high, a lower low. Are we having a lower high, or are we having a what? A reversal to the upside? You follow me? This is something subjective, people. This is something subjective. You also need to comment down below. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you anticipate, or tell me what you think price might be doing, or price might be having, or price, what potential direction price might be having. So on the weekly time frame now, I now know that like from our monthly price is either giving us a lower high, or is price giving us signs that we are reversing, or we printed out our lower. We printed out our all-time low. We're looking to go out to do out to reverse and move to the upside. So with the weekly time frame, right? Because we now know that like we had a breakout and a break back in. Now, all I need to see, or all I focus on, is for price to either come back to support, give me signs that like we are failing to break support right there, and anticipate what continuations to the upside, or with price giving us a new lower high right there. If price trades below our support zone again, I will have signs that like from price giving us a lower low and a lower high, and trading above again and trading below again our major support, price might be looking to give us what? A new what? All-time low. You feel me, people? Let me repeat this once again, because now we know that like price is trading above our support. We're looking for what? For price to hold support or give us signs that we are failing to continue trading to the downside, and look for stronger reversals or signs that price is reversing. And at the same time, because of our lower low, lower high market behavior, if price trades below our major support, I will have a sign that like price did do what? Price did create a lower low and created a lower high, trading below our major support. We might be looking for price to give us a what? A new all-time lower low. You feel me, people? I hope someone understands what I'm saying with this. But I know that like the way I'm explaining it, it's the simplest way you can understand it. You feel me, people? So my weekly time frame, I'm either focusing on price, doing what? Tapping on support, giving me signs that we are failing to break support. You feel me? And look forward for confirmations of price continuing to the upside. Or if price is giving us a new lower high, or if price is giving us a new lower high right there, if it happens that like price trades below our major support, then I will anticipate that like from a lower low, lower high, price might be looking forward for giving us a new all-time low, continuing with the what? That bear behavior for me, people. So that's my take on the weekly time frame. Now I know that like from the monthly, price did have a breakout and a break back in of our major support. On the weekly, we're either looking forward for price to either give us that lower, to either give us signs that we are failing to continue to the downside, or we are failing to break our support and give us signs of reversing to the upside. Or if price trades below our major support, we will anticipate that like we are having a lower low, lower high with a new lower low anticipation, because price is in that bear behavior. You fool me, people? So that's my take on the weekly and the monthly. So looking down to the daily time frame, looking at the daily time frame, the only thing that I would do right now on the daily time frame is to just show you how price has been trading, right? So we have a trend right here. We have a trend which might be continuing right there. Let me move this from little. We have some type of trend, I would say. We're holding a trend, that diagonal resistance, and we might be holding that diagonal support. But my diagonal support, I think it might be better if I insert it like what? Like this. You feel me, people? So now you can tell that like we're in a bear channel. in a bearish channel because price is printing out lower lows and lower highs and tapping on our diagonal support and tapping on our diagonal resistance for continuation. So for price printing out what that new lower high formation to continue to the downside. So now because now I want to focus on current price, I now know that like we have a bear channel, right? We're having a bearish channel, people. We are in a bear channel. We haven't broke out of our bear channel, you feel me? But we did break out and break back in of our major support, you feel me? So now with now price trading inside our bear channel, and with what I see now that like price did push and now we are kind of like sitting in a correction, what I anticipate is that like price will continue pushing to the upside because that's just how structure is: push, correction, push, correction, push, correction, push, correction to the continuation with a lower low, lower high behavior. So with a push and a correction, the only thing I'm anticipating is a what? It's a continuation to the upside, people, because now price is in a push, because now price is in a sideways movement from a what? From an impulsive push to the upside. So now on the daily time frame, price is kind of like moving sideways on current market price. When you look at current market price, not on the overall, not on our overall structure, we're looking at our what? Our current market price, people. We're focusing on our what? Our current market price. Price is kind of like moving sideways. So with this sideways movement, I anticipate that like a price had a push to the upside and now moving sideways, you might have a continuation to the upside of price continuing to the upside. But at the same time, because now we're still having our what? Our bear channel right there. Because now we're still having our bear channel, price tapped once, right? Tapped again and passively pushed. If it happens that like price taps again and fails to break, then price might do what? Give us a new low, because every time we came to our trend, price gave us a what? A new low. Every time we came to our trend line, price always gave us a new all-time low. Let me show y'all what I'm trying to say. Let me show y'all this real quick. Now let's look at our trend, right? Price had what? Once came right there and gave us a what? A new lower low. Came back to our trend and gave us our new what? All-time low. Came back to our trend and gave us our new all-time low. So when you now look at this, price has been doing what? Going to the upside, coming to the downside, going to the upside, coming to the downside, breaking what? The previous low, going to the upside, coming to the downside, breaking our previous low. So with what I see, price pushing and price correcting. If it happens that like price continues to the upside and fails to break our diagonal resistance, I will anticipate a stronger move to the downside. But that's just my anticipation. But at the same time, I did say that like if price will give me signs that we are continuing to the downside, price will simply trade below my major support, and I would look for anticipations of price printing out a new all-time low. So that's my take on the daily time frame. Price is kind of like moving sideways from an impulsive push to the upside. With this sideways movement, if it happens that like price continues moving to the upside, let's wait and see if we will break out of our bear channel or if price will fail to break of our bearish channel. You feel me, people? So let's remember that like from the monthly time frame, price had a breakout of our major support and a break back in of our major support. With what price did, we might look for what? Anticipations of price continuing to the downside, because we broke out and we broke back in. We're trading above our major support from the monthly. From the weekly time frame, prices in a bear channel, a bear structure, a bear behavior. Prices moving in lower lows and in lower highs. Our lower low that we're anticipating or that we're looking at is trading above our major support. If the success of the lower high that we're anticipating, if it happens that you get the new lower high, price will have to trade below the major support to confirm that like we are still in the bearish structure, in that bearish behavior, and continue moving to the downside. You feel me? Or if price holds support and fails to break or trade below our support, let's anticipate that like price is holding support and price is trading above support, and look forward continuation trades to the upside. From the daily time frame, price is in a correction from an impulsive push to the upside. Price is moving sideways from an impulsive push to the upside. We all know that like from what we see, price might potentially continue to the upside because that's pure price action. But at the same time, price is still trading inside our bear channel. If we break out from our sideways move but fail to break of our bear channel, let's anticipate price tapping on our diagonal support and on our diagonal resistance and look forward for those all-time lows moving to the downside, people. You feel me? So that's what I anticipate, that's what I see, that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I hope price would do. You feel me? So looking at the 4-hour before we end this. So now on the 4-hour, I want to show you why I was talking of lower lows and lower highs, right? So from an all-time high, price pushed to the downside, and then price pushed again to the upside with a low, with a high not higher than the previous high, anticipation of a double top or a reversal to the downside, and then price pushed, breaking off our previous spot of our previous low with a new lower low, right? Price pulled back and pushing to the upside, giving us a new what? A new lower high with a high not higher than the previous high, anticipation of a double top, and price pushed to the downside, giving us a new what? A new all-time low, with price doing again, pulling back to the upside again, failing to break of our diagonal resistance right there, or our trend line, and price pushing to the downside, breaking what? Our lower low, right? Our all-time low, and then price pulling back to the upside. So if it happens that like price fails to break our resistance, let's look for reversals to the downside. But if we're looking at the structure that we're looking at, if we're focusing on the structure that we're still holding right there, and price does what? Breaks out, let's look for a deeper pullback or a retest and look for reversals to the upside, and that will be it. So I guess you guys can see what I'm trying to show you right there. I guess you can see it right there. Price is moving like this. Price has been moving like this, and that's it for me, people. So on Tesla, people, we're not sure at the moment on Tesla because what happened on a daily, what happened on our monthly time frame, and what is happening on our weekly, and what's happening on our daily and on our 4-hour, they correlating. It's one thing, but we're looking for what? For stronger confirmations that is price either going to move to the downside or will price support our zone and continue moving to the upside. You feel me, people? So that's my take on Tesla, people. That's my take. I don't want to explain much. I don't want to tell you all about the history of Tesla or tell you all why is Tesla the Nasdaq stock and everything like that. All I want to share is technical reasons into why Tesla might continue to the upside or continue to the downside, and that will be it. That's your boy Alan. I'm out.